This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
What is going on, everyone? It's your guy Cole Jackson back here on Road Graders, getting you set up for tonight's matchup where the Baltimore Ravens will be taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think I'm just realizing in the headline down below, it says Ravens at Eagles, and that is backwards. The Eagles are coming to M&T Bank Stadium. This game is in Baltimore. Bad editing by me, my bad. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring this video. If you guys are looking forward to this game tonight, if you're looking forward to Baltimore Ravens football being back, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit subscribe, check out the link down below for BetUS. So I want to hear your feedback on these. I'm going to be trying these previews, just kind of short, quick things you need to know. Once we get into the season, it'll be very matchup focused, especially in the trenches. But today, like the first couple are going to be preseason focused, getting you guys ready for who you should be watching, guys that are improving their stock, going down in stock, that sort of thing. So let's jump right into it. And we are going to start with the betting lines. On BetUS right now, you can go on and get this game basically as a pick 'em, and you know how the Baltimore Ravens play in preseason. This is a really solid opportunity. I'd go out there, I'd take that pick, and then looking at the total, I'd actually be thinking maybe the under. And we're going to get into the weather here in a minute. Starters aren't going to be playing a lot of snaps, might be some sloppy football with some bad weather conditions. So I'd be looking at that Baltimore Ravens on the pick 'em, parlay that with a over or an under 34 points total. Jumping into the weather, rainy day all day tomorrow in Baltimore. I'm going to have to switch this because this is in Celsius, and I know that's going to piss you Americans off. So I'm going to have to switch that over to Fahrenheit, so we're speaking the same language. But you're going to see here, it's going to rain all afternoon, light rain into the evening. It's not going to be like a downpour the whole game, but it's going to be wet. It's going to be sloppy. The field's going to be wet from kind of sitting in the rain all day. So, good thing is the rain should taper off for those of you going to the game. So if you're going, have a blast. Drop a comment down below. Let me know where you're sitting. Taking a look at some of the injuries that are going to play a role here. Obviously, the big one that came out this week is Arthur Millette is hurt. That is I would say actually a pretty big blow. There's a lot of guys that can come in and fill it. But as a true slot, other than Pepe Williams, he was kind of the only guy on the team where, you're not moving Marlon inside or you're not dropping Kyle Hamilton down. So it takes away a little bit of their flexibility to kind of play Kyle Hamilton exactly where they want him. Hopefully Eddie Jackson can make that more possible. But when they want to get another slot corner in there, we're going to need someone to step up. We're going to need Marlon to be able to slide in. We're going to need Nate Wiggins to maybe take on some slot snaps. Another big injury is Trayvon. I wouldn't say big injury, but an injury that I hate seeing is Trayvon Mullen. I really want to see him healthy, get an opportunity. We know Rashad Bateman fell on the ball, hurt his rib. Doesn't sound that serious. I'm not that concerned about it, but I'm imagining they're going to sit him. Quincy Roach is a big blow in terms of just guys that are going to be able to play edge snaps. We're going to jump into that here in a minute. Tyler Linderbaum won't be playing in this game. And then Deidrin Sanat, a guy that's in here as kind of a depth nose tackles. So we'll see if he's able to play. News yesterday, the Ravens are expected to sign veteran wide receiver Anthony Miller. So now they've brought in Russell Gage and Anthony Miller. Really interesting. I don't know if we're going to see Anthony Miller tomorrow. It sounds like we'll see Russell Gage. So that's pretty exciting just to kind of see him. He's coming off an injury where he hasn't played football in a year, but a guy that's been very talented. He just hasn't been able to stay healthy. He was on that kind of cusp of breaking out in Atlanta prior to his injuries building up. Now they're bringing in Anthony Miller. Spent some time last season with the Chiefs. I believe he was drafted by the Bears. 12 career TDs, was kind of promising early in his career. Kind of a slot guy. So interested to see how they use him and whether or not he's going to get on the field tomorrow. Kind of doubt it given he was just signed, but we'll see. And then kind of jumping in here. So color codes, obviously the red is guys that are on the pup. So Keaton Mitchell, obviously not playing. Then what I did is I marked guys in red that I think are already confirmed to not be playing. And then yellow is guys that I don't expect to see. So when we start in the wide receiver room, Zay Flowers won't be playing in this game. It was in Jeff Zrebick's article. And I don't expect to see Rashad Bateman or Nelson Aguilar. So that will turn a lot of attention to Tylan Wallace, Devontae Walker, Gage getting in there. Deontay Hardy's kind of coming off an injury. We might not see him right away. So you're going to see a lot of depth snaps for guys like Malik Cunningham, guys like Keith Kirkwood, Sean Ryan trying to make a name for themselves, and then Dayton Wade, who is a guy that I have my eye on and has a real opportunity to get some snaps here in the slot and make his mark. Looking at the offensive line, I don't think they'll play Ronnie, maybe a series, but I kind of doubt it. I think they'll just kind of start Josh Jones. And Ben Cleveland should be in here as the first team center. Again, looking at Jeff Strubik's article, that's what it sounds like. So I'm expecting Voorhees, Cleveland, and Falele to be that interior starting unit. I hope we see a ton of them. I want to see them for like the first quarter, first half. I would play that offensive line unit as much as possible, given we're replacing 3 starters. If Roger Rosengarten, it sounds like Patrick McCary is the right tackle 1 right now. I'd play Roger Rosengarten the whole damn game. I want this unit. If I could, I'd put Daniel Falele, Roger Rosengarten 100% of snaps tomorrow. They won't, but that's what I would do. I want to see that chemistry build. I want to see how they look beside each other. And then Ben Cleveland's going to take a lot of those center snaps before turning it over to Nick Samak, and Darian Dalcourt has also taken some of those center snaps. And then Andrew Voorhees will likely hand the baton off to Salah. And another guy, Tayshaun Manning, will likely get some of those second team snaps. He's also ran with the ones a little bit. He'll probably be the first one to spell Daniel Falele out of this game. So that's kind of your preview on the offensive line. The tight end room, I'm not expecting Mark. He's already confirmed to not be playing. Isaiah Likely, I would say, is unlikely to play. Pun on there. Charlie Kolar will probably play, and then you'll see a lot of the young lads. And I'm really excited to see Kader Ishmael. Q's son, really looking forward to seeing what he can do. I hear all the time he's making catches in practice. I'm excited to see if he can do it in games. And then in the quarterback room, Josh Johnson will start this game. I'm assuming Devin Leary will come in, and then Emory Jones will finish it out. We'll probably see all 3. In the running back room, Justice Hill likely going to see a couple snaps. I considered putting him yellow. We might see kind of the Rashawn Ali, Owen Wright, Chris Collier show. But Justice Hill, I haven't heard anything about. I would put him more close to yellow than being a green that he's playing, but we'll see here soon. Jumping into the defense, I'm expecting most of the first team unit to not play. The only issue is they don't have a whole lot of bodies to eat some of these snaps. So starting on the D line, I think they're okay there. I don't think we'll see Pierce or Matabike. I believe Matabike was already confirmed out. I don't think we'll see Jones. If we do, it'll be kind of the first series. I also considered almost putting Brent Urban in the yellow, but I think they need someone to play snaps. I think you'll see Broderick Washington, Josh Tupou, CJ Ravenel quite a bit in this game. And then Trammell Walther coming off the bench, and hopefully Deidrin Sanat's able to go. At the outside linebacker room, Owe, Kyle Van Noy, I'm not expecting to play. Owe, again, might play a series or 2, but I'm expecting heavy snaps here from Tavius Robinson. I'm hoping to see David Ajabo. Adisa Isaac return to practice, hoping we can see him. Quincy Roach is out, so I expect Joe Evans to play a lot, especially in the second half. Hell of an opportunity for some of these guys, especially guys like Adisa Isaac, who maybe get some runs against some lesser competition, can make a mark. Joe Evans will be doing the same. Malik Harrison will likely play some edge snaps just due to sheer necessity. Looking into that inside linebacker room, I've heard Trenton Simpson's likely to play just because they're going to want to get him some snaps, so I didn't even put him yellow. I think he's a green. Roquan won't play. You'll likely see Malik Harrison and Trenton Simpson as your starting inside linebackers. Chris Board, Josh Ross, Dion, those guys will rotate in. They're kind of good in the linebacker room. Trenton Simpson will probably play the first quarter, maybe only the first 2 drives. We'll see how that plays out. Then in the corner room, kind of a similar thing. Not expecting Marlon or Brandon Stevens to play. I think you'll see Jalen Armour Davis start on one side, Nate Wiggins start on the other, Pepe in the middle, and then getting some of those vets in for some snaps. Hopefully, this is where guys like Christian Matthew and Kadar Holman, who are trying to practice, try out for a practice squad spot, either for the Ravens or another team, will eat a lot of snaps. Other thing to keep an eye on is where's our Darius Washington going to line up? I didn't mention this earlier, but I expect him to kind of push for that nickel role with Arthur Millette hurt. He's played it before. He could push Pepe Williams for that kind of starting slot spot, someone that can rotate in with Kyle Hamilton when they don't have the 3 safety looks, that sort of thing. And then I'm expecting, I almost put Eddie Jackson in the yellow, but they might kind of do the Odafe Owe type of thing where you see a drive or 2 and then they're pulled. And then you kind of see Bo Braid, Sanusi Kane, Daryl Worley, kind of those back end guys playing a lot of snaps. And then as we move in, who's on my week 1 watch list. Obviously, it's hard to come up with this because this is going to be iterative as we go through the preseason, guys that are kind of popping. So I'm basing this on a lot of instinct and a lot of practice reports. Joe Evans, Bo Braid, Dayton Wade are my 3 guys that I have my eyes on the most. I think they have opportunities in front of them. Joe Evans, because of the not expecting Owe and Kyle Van Noy to play. Malik Harrison will be playing some inside linebacker with Roquan not playing. So Joe Evans has an opportunity to come in. Quincy Roach is hurt. He could end up playing 50, 60% snaps and have a real opportunity to make a name for himself. Again, both starting safeties likely aren't going to play. Eddie Jackson also might not play a lot. That gives Bo Braid kind of that first step to being the center field safety, because Sanusi Kane's more of a box safety. So Bo Braid has that opportunity to, again, play a lot of snaps, play really well. Dayton Wade might end up playing almost the entire game in the slot. So it's going to be a really interesting opportunity. I'm excited to watch these guys. What I want to hear from you guys is, who are you most excited to see? Who do you think is going to pop in this game? And again, if you're going to the game, drop a comment down below. Let me know where you're sitting. I want to hear from you guys. Once again, big thanks to BetUS for sponsoring this video. And that is all I have for you guys. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other.